little bit about this class, hopefully about each other and the expectations that we have of college students. Next, I wanted to cover how to manage a load in college. So we'll start by covering the definition of a college unit. So a unit measures how many work hours are involved in a course. For every 1 unit, you are expected to have 1 hour of class lecture per week. Most of our classes are 3, some of them are 4 units. We do offer 1 unit all the way up to 5 unit courses though. So if you're enrolled in, let's say, a psychology 1A class, that's a 3 unit class. That means that you are expected to be in class for the lecture 3 hours per week. One main difference between high school and college is that if you were taking 1 class in high school, you basically take it across the entire year. So if you take algebra, you would take the first half of the class in the first semester, and then the second half of the class, the second semester. In college, say you're taking that same class, you would have to take that full year compressed into 16 weeks. So the work that you would do across 1 year, you actually are doing it in 1 semester. That is an example of our fall and spring courses. Now we do offer winter and summer intersessions. Intersessions are not mandatory. You can elect not to take them. They're basically kind of like in high school where you have the option of going to summer school to either get ahead or to catch up. This is very similar in that you don't have to take it, but it is an option for you. If you choose to attend winter and or summer, keep in mind that the class sessions are only 6 weeks. So what you would learn in high school for the entire year, you're actually compressing all of that and you're covering all that work and all the concepts that you would learn in a year. You're compressing that and learning that in 6 weeks for an intersession. So this is just an example to kind of give you an idea of what a semester looks like in comparison to the intersession. So you can see we have fall and spring semesters, which are 16 weeks. And then in between fall and spring, we have a winter session. And between spring and fall, we have the summer intersession. Now, these are just depictions of how fast these semesters are. So during the 16 weeks, they're pretty fast, right? I don't know what kind of car this is, but I'm not a car expert, but it looks like a fast car, right? But the rocket is super fast. It's way faster than the car would be. And so that just kind of gives you an idea of the amount of work and how quickly the class goes. Because of this, the college does have limits as to how many units you can take. So in the fall and spring, the maximum amount of units are 18. For the winters and summers, you can only take 7 units. So when you're managing class, we know that you have a lot of other responsibilities. Some of you may have children or dependents. Some of you may be working. Some of you may be taking care of siblings or grandparents or parents. So we wanted to give you an idea of how many hours you can expect to be in a class and to how many hours you would spend outside of the class as well. So a simple rule is that for every 1 hour of class time, you're expected to have 2 hours set aside outside of class to complete any homework, to do the readings, for studying, for group work, and any other assignments for that class. So if you're taking a 3-unit class, you know that you're going to be in class 3 hours a week. In addition to that, you can anticipate spending another 6 hours outside of class. So 6 hours outside plus 3 hours inside means you'll be spending about 9 hours a week per 3-unit class. And that's why we have 12 units as a full-time load, because with a 12-unit load, you're spending with the time in class and outside of class about 36 hours a week. So that kind of sounds like a full-time job, right? So just to kind of give you an idea, we do have suggestions of if you are working or if you have other responsibilities that take up anywhere between 5 hours a week to 40 hours a week, we have recommended units. So if you're working full-time 40 hours a week, we don't recommend taking any more than 6 units, which can come out to about 2 classes.